Letting a bum get you pregnant is a great way to ruin your life for the rest of your life. That shit will ruin your life for the rest of your life, because for the rest of your life, you're going to have to deal with that man.
This video is for any girl who went on a date tonight at about 7:30 with a guy named Alexander who was wearing a black button-up, black pants, and had slicked back hair. Also, if you have Pilates tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. and you plan on watching White Lotus with him after your date at J. Carver Oyster off of 6th Street, yeah, he's expecting to get late tonight, and he called it honky honky. Not just that, he does not like you.
Society and men have successfully convinced women that men are doing them a favor by marrying them. And a lot of women don't understand that reverse is the case. You are actually doing a man a favor by marrying him.
You will never hear a man getting rid of his friends because he's gotten married. You will never hear or come across a man who will get rid of his friendship group, come out of his friendship group, stop speaking to his friends because he got married to a woman.
Hello fam, how are you all doing? I hope you all are doing good. Please take a moment to like this video and subscribe. Thank you so much for your support. Let's talk about men. Those men that date women they don't like. Men that marry women they hate. Let's have a look at these videos.
And if you're a woman, I highly recommend you go watch the movie He's Just Not That Into You on Hulu. I don't know if it's on Netflix, but it will change your perspective of how you view men, bro. Just go watch that right now. Right now.
This video is for any girl who went on a date tonight, February 24th at about 7:30 with a guy named Alexander who was wearing a black button-up, black pants, and had slicked back hair. Also, if you have Pilates tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. and you plan on watching White Lotus with him after your date at J. Carver Oyster off of 6th Street, yeah, he's expecting to get late tonight, and he called it honky honky. Not just that, he does not like you. He's a douchebag. He's a slimy little douchebag. He called you the uglier version of Elise somebody, I don't remember the last name. He says, and I quote, "I think she's a former fat chick." This was all while he was on the phone with a friend of his, by the way. I just happened to overhear all of this because I was sitting right next to him. He thinks that you're on Ozempic and then made fun of you for it, which is bold because he then, 2 seconds later, admitted to being on Ozempic himself for 2 years. So homegirl, if you went on a date, again, with a guy named Alexander, white guy, about 5'9", 5'10", black clothes, black button-up, slick back hair to Jay Carver's Oyster off of 6th Street, he does not like you. He is talking shit about you behind your back.
That is a big problem right there. In the comment section, people were calling him a snitch. Oh, you didn't have to say this. You should have minded your business and all that. I don't see anything wrong in what he did. He's just trying to be there for someone else. He's trying to save someone from being in a relationship with someone that does not like him. And this is very common out there. So many men out there. I don't have the statistics to prove it, but just believe me, so many men out there don't like women, and they don't like the women they are dating. Some men have internalized misogyny and they are not holding back when it comes to treating women badly because of how they feel towards women. And this begs for a question. If you don't like someone, why are you dating the person? If you don't like women, why are you dating women? See, people do things they do for reasons, and mostly when they do things they don't like, they do that for selfish reasons. You know, when men get into relationships with women, there's a lot they stand to gain. So because of that, they would rather stay there, mess up the woman's life, use her, and at the end of the day, dump her. Some men get into a relationship because being in a relationship to them is an ego boost. They will have to talk to their friends, oh, because I'm this person, that's why this lady is dating me. Oh, I have swag, I've got what it takes. So to them, it adds feather to their cap or feathers to their cap in front of their friends and their peers. Some get into relationship because of insecurity, the fear of being lonely, of staying by themselves. They don't want that. They get into relationship. Some group of men get into relationship because they feel entitled. They feel like they deserve to have someone in their life. They deserve to be in a relationship with a woman. So they get into relationships. Some other group of men get into relationship for convenience. To them, they need a woman that will be there for them, a woman that will support them, a woman that will support them physically, financially, emotionally, spiritually, and otherwise. Some get into relationship because they want constant access to a woman's body, sexual access. So when they get into relationship with you, they believe that as a woman, you would take it upon yourself to want to make the man happy by constantly giving him free access to your body, so free sex. Some also get into relationship for social status. Oh, you have a wife, you're more respected in the society. You have a girlfriend, you're being perceived to be more responsible in the eyes of men in this society. There are so many reasons why men get into relationships with women they don't like. Even when they know they truly, deep down in their soul, their mind, their body, they don't like that woman, but they choose to remain in that relationship. I already mentioned some reasons, but they have a lot of other reasons out there. So when you get into a relationship with someone, don't just assume that the person likes you. No, don't do that. Don't assume the person loves you. The person needs to show you that with his action, with the way he treats you. Love is not what someone says to you. It's not just that. The words that comes out of someone's mouth is just a little portion of it. Their actions is what speaks volume. And you should always watch out for the actions, for how they treat you. Don't run with what they say, with the words. No, talk they say is cheap. Anyone can say anything. But when it comes to making things happen, you don't get to see everyone. So focus on the action. Don't get carried away by sweet words. Some men are good at selling dreams. They are good at sweeping women off their feet with just words. Don't fall for that.
Letting a bum get you pregnant is a great way to ruin your life for the rest of your life. That shit will ruin your life for the rest of your life, because for the rest of your life, you're going to have to deal with that man. A lot of you guys are doing it for the plot, and then you fuck around and find out and you get pregnant and you have to deal with that fucking loser for the rest of your life. They do it on purpose. They get you pregnant on purpose because they want to trap you. Men trap women with babies, not the other way around. And if you're trapping a bum with a baby because you feel like that makes you special, like being someone's baby mother makes you special, you're beyond help. A man getting you pregnant doesn't mean anything. The only thing it means is that you're going to be stuck with that man for the rest of your fucking life. It could not be more serious or damning. Do not let that man put a baby in you. Every morning I wake up and I'm like, damn. At least I don't have nobody's baby. At least I didn't run around and have someone's baby. No offense, sis, if that's what you did, but if you haven't done that, please make sure you don't do that. Please, it will ruin your life.
Baby trapping for men is real. Some men intentionally baby trap women so they can continuously have access to that woman. I know this is a topic that people have different opinions about. Some women believe that it's not possible for a man to baby trap a woman. The woman is the one that has the womb. She is the one in charge. She can take pills. She can prevent pregnancy from happening. So if pregnancy happens, it means she wanted it to happen. I understand their point of view, but believe me when I say men can be very cunning. Some men can get you pregnant without you knowing. Some men can puncture the CD so their sperm can sieve through to get you pregnant without you knowing. Some people don't believe in taking out the baby. They have to carry the baby. Some people, once they're pregnant, they must have the baby. So because of that, they are stuck with the baby. Let's have a look at the comment section. I agree from experience, sadly, but I don't think you understand. These men convince you that they are the greatest, kindest, and most successful person before you find out when it's too late. Women aren't intentionally making bad decisions, babe. Yeah, I agree with that comment because men are very strategic. Before they go for a woman, they already have plans, especially those that don't have good plans towards women. They plot their graph. They have everything mapped out. So they're very, very intentional, very cunning, and very strategic. How do you intend catching a man when you're not looking out to catch one? And this is what I mean. How do you intend catching a dubious man when you're not looking out to catch one? Do you get what I mean? The only way you can easily catch a dubious man is when you're looking out to catch one, because you've got your own plans too. You have your alarm bells off. Your mind is at alert. Oh, this is possible. This is what's going on. You only think that way when you are in the know. So most women are not walking around thinking evil of men. Most women are not walking around saying a man is coming to get them. No, they want genuine connection. They want a real relationship with men. But that's not always the case with men. That's why women easily fall prey. I've been saying this to women around me and they think I'm jealous of them. Getting pregnant for the wrong man will ruin your life. Getting pregnant for the right one won't. If he's rich and loyal, it will improve your life. Yeah, she's right. But you should not get pregnant because a man has money. You should not decide to have a child because the person you're dating is wealthy. You should decide to have a child because you want to have a child and you have the capability, the capacity to cater for that child. Ask yourself this question. What if this man decides to break up with me tomorrow? What if he decides to withhold his funds tomorrow? Will I be able to take care of that child without the assistance of that man? You should ask yourself the real question. So you should make pregnancy decision based on your own personal effort to cater for your child, not based on your partner's effort or your partner's demand, or because your partner wants you to have 5 children, then you go ahead and have 5 children. Don't do that. You might end up regretting it, but this is not always the case for everyone out there. Switch the flip. Take your loved child, travel the world. Don't let that man control you with a baby. Not everyone can afford traveling around the world. Not everyone can afford that. And not everyone can afford taking care of a child. Not everyone can even take care of themselves, let alone take care of a child. The best remedy is to stop it from happening. Avoid it from happening. Don't even give it a room to happen in the first place. My mom got baby trapped by that man. She put him to school and he abandoned us. All his other baby mamas thought he wouldn't do that to her. Spoiler alert, he did. My dad would tell me as a young girl, not only are you stuck with that man, but also his pedigree. Make sure that bloodline isn't full of whackers. I'm 31 and single and childless. Some family histories do have patterns, and it's important for you to also look into that. If you have a man and his siblings are into having baby mamas, the chances of him following that route might be high. I'm not saying that someone cannot decide to do differently, even if his entire family is doing something in a particular way. That is possible, but it's also important for you to have it at the back of your mind that he might also toe that same lane. If you're lucky, he might not, but look into family history, family patterns as well. Pregnancy and a child really doesn't mean anything to men. I don't know why women don't get it. They can love the child eventually, yes, but honestly, you and that kid don't mean all of that to him and never will. This is the truest thing we've ever said. So important. Forever tied to that person isn't fun, especially when your kids have to go to his new girlfriend. You will most likely have to deal with his crazy family as well. Can confirm I did it. Although I did block him now that my son is over 18, he certainly ruined the last 20 years of my life.
When your standards are stronger than your feelings, on one hand, you could be living a really empowered life and you can make sure that you're making choices that align with you. On the other hand, it can be really tough. I had to end a romantic partnership because the person who I thought I knew revealed themselves and they were not who I thought they were. And for me, I made the choice to walk away because I knew they did not align with me on a lot of things. At the age of 34, I have a lot of close friends pairing up, buying property, having kids, thinking about kids. And it's certainly was not easy to look at someone who was right on paper, but when it came to principles that were really deep, we were misaligned. It was not easy to look at this potential candidate and say no, but I did. And in general, I feel really proud of myself. In general, I'm like, wow, girl, like at an age where you should be feeling pressure to just do the thing that all your peers are doing, I said, nah. So I celebrate myself for it. But on the other hand, I recently caught myself pitying myself. Like I started to say things like, I started to ask myself questions like, how are we just going to accept this life? Like you thought you were going to be with this person, marry this person, but now, you're going to be single for however long, you don't know, and you're doing life alone again. Like this was a loss. And I said to myself, like, how am I going to accept it? How am I going to accept it? Until one day I took stock of my life. I did actual accounting and I said, let's look at the life you've lived in the last couple of years. I'm someone that had to overcome like battles with USCIS. Like I legally came to the US, and anyone who's legally immigrated to the US, it's not an easy task. While doing that, I actually secured residency in Canada. So in the last 3 years, I've lived in 8 cities and I've lived in countless countries. And while that was fun, it definitely led to long phases of obscurity, but I overcame that. I've overcome health battles in the last couple of years. I've overcome lots of disappointments. I've changed jobs since then. I've navigated different family issues and I've come out victorious. And one day it occurred to me, like, what do you mean you're going to accept your life? Like a life that is full, a life that's full of wonderful friends, family, a life with a great job, a life with great hobbies. You have wonderful platforms. Honestly, I don't feel a lack of love. And that's where the mind shift came for me. Is on one hand, I was slipping into this trance of self-pity over the loss of one romantic relationship where my life is actually very full. And for me, when I really thought about it, I'm like, the loss of this romantic relationship doesn't even make me feel less loved, which even tells me that this person's supposed love for me wasn't big enough or deep enough or strong enough for me to not even feel its loss. So why then am I feeling self-pity for myself? So I recently had to undergo a perspective shift. Rather than looking at my life as one to accept, it's actually one to celebrate. Instead of looking at what I don't have or what I aspire to have, I've decided to focus on the advantage of where I actually am.
Romantic love, it's mostly infatuation. You should chase after something that is long-lasting. Self-love is a long-lasting love, and you should invest your energy in that type of love. You should learn how to love yourself, how to pour into yourself, how to make yourself happy. Don't depend your happiness on someone else. Do not say you can only be happy when you have a man in your life. You should be able to exist as a human being, as an individual, with or without a man. When you were created, you came into this world by yourself, not with a man. If having a man in your life is extremely important or very important, I believe your creator would have created you with a man. You would have come into this world with a man. The fact that you came into this world alone means a lot. So do not restrict yourself or limit yourself because you don't have a man. Do not get into depression because you don't have a man. There are 1 million things you can do that are fulfilling in this life, in this world. Go out there and find out what makes you happy. Read books, learn every day, become a better version of yourself. Make money, pamper yourself, spoil yourself.
Society and men have successfully convinced women that men are doing them a favor by marrying them. And a lot of women don't understand that reverse is the case. You are actually doing a man a favor by marrying him. You are doing society a favor by reproducing children. Because the day you decide in your heart as women and say, you know they born pikin again, the world will literally go extinct. Like all of us go by and none of us go remain again. So you are doing society a favor. You are doing a man a favor by marrying him. And that is why you need to be with a man that treats you as such. That see the value in you and treat you as something that is very valuable. And this is the reason why when I see women wear wedding gown in the name of dressing for their miracle, it is a very shameful thing to behold, it's a shameful thing to watch. Because I have never seen a man that you are doing a favor by marrying wearing suits because he wants to dress like his miracle. They have used religion and successfully manipulate you into thinking that, oh, men are the prize. They have successfully convinced you, as gold as you are, as diamond as you are, that you are worth nothing. Successfully convince you that you are worthless. Because it is a worthless behavior to be desperately seeking male attention and male validation.
She's right. Men have been told that whenever they marry a woman, they are doing that woman a favor. Men have been told that they are the prize, and this mindset has hugely affected the way some men view women. In most society, it is seen as an abomination for a woman to ask a man to marry her. It's not supposed to be. The woman will be tagged desperate because the society has made it in a way that men are supposed to ask women to marry them, not the other way around. So if a woman is seen doing that, she will be called desperate. And if she does that to a man that is immature, that is already a ground for that man to maltreat her and misuse her. Because if that immature man ends up marrying her, he will be treating her like he did her a favor. The fact that men have been given the upper hand when it comes to marriage has created rooms for men to misbehave.
You will never hear a man getting rid of his friends because he's gotten married. You will never hear or come across a man who will get rid of his friendship group come out of his friendship group. Stop speaking to his friends because he got married to a woman. You will never. But my gender, oh, you are literally letting go of amazing women in your life because you got married. You are not special or extra special because you've gotten married. And you are not better than the women in your life, than the friends in your life that haven't gotten married in your life. Women, you need to stop this nonsense you are doing. I am yet to meet a man. And every time I meet a group of men that we're having a discussion, I'm always ready to listen and get into their brains and how they think and their thought process. They're like, oh, how should I get rid of my friend because I'm married and he's not? That makes no sense. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing? A man will not stop socializing with his friends. He will not stop going out with his friends. Some of them are still going on holiday with their friends when they are married. But no, not a woman. She will abandon every good thing, every amazing thing that's in her life that's actually helping with their mental health just because she has married a man. What's wrong with us? What are you looking for? What is it? And then you go and you isolate yourself in this marriage. And it's all about this marriage. And when anything goes wrong, you start going crazy. You start going insane. Because you have destroyed your friendship group. You have destroyed it. You have gotten rid of amazing women in your life that will encourage and inspire you and push you forward. Because men still they thrive. They are thriving.
You shouldn't lose yourself in a relationship because you got married to a man. It's important for you to still maintain your individualism in that relationship. Always remember you are an individual and it's important for you to have an identity. Don't lose your identity because you got married. Do not throw away your good friends because you got married. Do not block off business opportunities and partnership, good friendship, good business friendship, relationship because you got married to a man. No, don't make your life all about your marriage. Your marriage should not be the center of your life. It should be just a portion of your life. If you'd love to watch more videos like this, click this video to watch a woman that was left confused after she abandoned her career for a man. And I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.